Vampire's Husband, Chapter 2, Part 2. On the night from the second day to the third, Jack almost went crazy trying to break himself and believe that there was nothing to hesitate about and that he was ridiculous in his doubts. He was ashamed because of his indecision, because of the fact that he was considering the possibility of consent. At the same time, he could not help but considering it, because every time he threw away the idea of possible acceptance, something pressed his soul like a mountain, so that he could not even do anything due to this pressure. By some miracle he managed to fall asleep in the morning and woke up surprisingly serene, calm, and doomed. Throughout the whole day he calmly performed his household duties, and in the late afternoon on the eve of Niadersham's second visit, a long overdue painful conversation took place between him and Herbert. Jack was in the field at the time, sitting in the shade of a tree, looking at the newly repaired fence of their old paddock. This work took about 3 hours, and he would be very happy now if he were not overwhelmed by thoughts of a completely different kind. He did not expect Herbert to appear, but he was not surprised when his brother came up to him and sat down next to him in silence. They were staring at the fence for about 5 minutes without breaking the silence. Finally, Herbert asked the question that had been tormenting him for a long time. "What did you decide?" "I thought you would never dare to ask." "I'm sorry, little bro." Herbert smiled, but not very cheerfully. "It is a difficult choice. You have to make it on your own. I did not want to influence your decision. That is why I was keeping silence all this time." As if I do not know, however, it was still uncomfortable. "I'm sorry." "You're asking what I have decided." "I don't know. Rather, I know, but I doubt you will accept it." "Do you want to go?" Surprisingly, but Herbert answered quite reservedly. "Yes, but more correctly, I cannot not go." "Why so?" "Firstly, I don't think someone will accept my refusal. You know these creatures. They are not usually interested in us, but if they need something, they always get it. There were no exceptions yet." "That is not the main reason," Herbert said without the slightest doubt. "You would not be afraid of such nonsense." "True. Whom am I trying to deceive? You're right. It is just the only argument that seems reasonable to me. In fact, I do not know, Herbert. I am disgusted with myself, but when I think to refuse, I feel like I'm approaching something terrible. Do not laugh, please. You know better than anyone knows that I have never been a sensitive girl. I'm not sentimental. However, this feeling is unbearable. If I do not go, I do not even know what will happen to me later." "Do you think it is the same one? Who else can it be? I have no idea why he needs me, why he appeared before, and what he wants from me this time. Maybe I need to figure this out for some reason. That is why I feel so bad." "There is another important point. We come of age at 19, and in Kmir at 22. Jack gasped stunningly. Herbert nodded grimly. There was a lot to think about, because Jack turned 22 just a week ago. It seems like they were waiting for it. "You'd better refuse, Jack. I will help you to escape."